Right, this is this week's video. Been doing quite a bit of work on the bonnet side of things, which I'll show you in a minute. But I thought I'd give you a brief outline of what I've been doing down here as well. So basically, I've been filling, and that's just on guide coat at the moment. This section here underneath there, and under there, that's now on its pretty much next to final layer of filler now. Just one more to go on that once it's been flatted back, and then that'll all be sanded back and get rid of any holes and things like that. That'll be the next job on the list, basically. But what I've been doing mainly is the bonnet. So I've basically reshaped all this area. The whole thing has been long barred now, long blocked, should I say. So basically everything is now nice and flat and the right sort of shapes. There's a little bit of filler work to do along this side on this very edge, because this piece is a little bit higher than this, so it just needs a bit of filler in there, which basically you can see where it dips down. I'll get in here. So it dips down there slightly, so basically this needs to come up just a few, well, basically 1.5 mm basically, just up here, flat it back, nice easy job, and they'll basically both match. I've readjusted this because it kind of looked like this whole section of the vent was kind of like over there like that, so I've had to reshape that, which basically meant bringing out this section to match that, which it now does, which is good. And this all been long blocked as well, so this is all nice and flat. This is all the right sort of shapes. It's not fully done yet, they're down to like 40 grit, so it's not like 240 or anything like that, but it will be at some point in the very near future. I had to build this section up a little bit here because that was different to the side. Still a bit of work to do on that side. It's basically going to be the same as that side. On here you can see where all the sharp lines are at the moment. Obviously that needs to be sort of curved over once it's the right shape. I've also obviously got this thing fitted in the first place, so all this was out of shape, completely out of shape. Everything was all over the show. So what I've done, you probably saw in the previous video, I basically even filled over all of the the whole section, the whole thing pretty much basically got filled over, including the panel lines. And then basically completely flatted it, the whole thing, just to make sure that all the lines now match up perfectly on there. And I'm not saying that the lines are perfectly as in aren't dodgy at the moment on the broken bits like this, for instance, like that. I'll come to that in a second. But the actual lines here are in the right places now, and they all match up and they're all sitting flush with the body, which was the main point of that, basically. Right, so basically what I've done now, I've obviously, when I flatted that back, I've cut the lines, then I've realised there's a bit of an issue whereby the piece I made underneath here, in fact, it's probably easy to show you rather than, let's raise the bonnet, shall we? It's probably easy to show you the problem. Where's the cables? There's one. Oops. 2 seconds. Anybody who hasn't seen this working before will be probably interested in this. Right, so basically when the bonnet raises, what I had before, this section here is now a lot thinner. These pieces here are a lot thinner. This used to be really chunky, like a thick piece, and that stopped me from making this cover come up the sides, because it basically just hit it and stop. Whereas now I've taken out all these sides where I've done before, and now I'm going to change this cover because it needs some reinforcement anyway. And basically make it so it goes up the sides there, so that's actually going to meet the wing, and then the bonnet itself will be nice and flat and look much better anyway against it. So that's going to work much nicer than it did before. Yeah, so basically I'm going to basically curve up there the same, and then these sections here which have basically been chopped out, well, not chopped out, part of the lines of the bonnet which kind of cracked away when I moved it, which is always going to happen anyway when I did the panel lines. They will all be the right shape. So now this section here, you can see where it's cracked there, or I've been messing about with it, that's all going to be reinforced underneath now while it goes into there. So it's going to be a lot stronger, it's going to fit properly, all the panel lines will be good. So yeah, it's all looking pretty tidy, to be fair. So yeah, that's it for this week. Probably looks like I've kind of gone backwards, but I haven't. I've really gone forwards. That's really good. So these bits here, these sections are going to take like next to no time. So yeah, I'll be doing that starting next week. and then I'll do a video, show you how it's going. I'll probably be finished by the end of next week, to be fair. I'm hoping all these lines on things have been mostly done as well on the bonnet side of things. Yeah, crack on with that. But yeah, feel free to comment, subscribe if you can as well, it'd be great. And I should do another video once it's looking good.